So this is the last day of our partnership session, and after two successful sessions, guys, we learned the basic theories, important double entries, and all the formats of partnership. And today, so let's move on to a past paper question. So before that, this was the question given as a homework to do on your attempt on the topic of retirement of a partner. So if a partner retires, how do we record it in the capital account? So hope everyone did that, and I will share the answer for this. First, you should have the partner's capital account for the year start 1/4/2021 heading. Heading is really important, and then the format. So the format should be like this. The answer. So if anyone has a different answer, please just let me know. Please let me know. And if you have any doubts in partnership, if you have any doubts, what you have learned, or what you have learned in your school, if you have any doubts, just please ask me. Because after this, you will be moving to a past paper question, and after that, everything is done. So this is the last chance to learn. If you miss this, you won't learn partnership again from anywhere, even from your school or even us. Yes, I'm getting here. Okay, so there's no doubts. Okay, so now let's move on to the past paper question. So this past paper question, you need to have your past paper. So this is the answer sheet. So do you guys have your past paper with you? And can everyone see my Excel sheet? I have moved to the Excel sheet. Can you guys see this? Okay. Okay now. And please have your past paper. Please have your past paper. We are gonna do 2013 11. 2013 part 2 question. 2013 part 2 question. So if you guys have this, please let me know. Okay, so this is the 2013 A level question with what we are gonna do today. Okay, so hope everyone have attempted and then joined the session. So I haven't given the answers here. I haven't given the answers here because I thought to do it with you. So I will show you the easy steps how to do this. Very easy steps. Okay. So now if we move on to the questions requirement. If you move on to the questions requirement, now you should have the past paper with you. Right now, with you should have the past paper, your answer sheet, and then the formats. Now income statement formats and financial position formats you should know. Appropriation, current account, capital account formats are given in the slides, so you should have drawn that. And then your calculator, you should have your calculator to do the calculations. Okay, so the number one requirement of this question is to income statement for the year ending 31st 3 2013, including appropriation to the partners. And then number two, partner's capital account and current accounts for the year ending 31st 3/13. And number 3 is loan account of Rajita as at 31st 3/13. Okay, before we start, now there are around 70 people have joined. So who have not drawn the format? Who have not drawn the format? If you haven't drawn the format, just please let me know. I will give you a 5 minutes time. If you have, then don't. Just let me know. If you haven't drawn the format. Okay. Okay. I will give you 5 minutes. I will give you 5 minutes. Take a CR paper and just quickly draw. Please draw the income statement format, the partner's current account, partner's capital account, and also the financial position. This is the financial position format. So you need to draw everything. Now in the question they haven't asked the financial position, but we will do. Okay, hope you guys have drawn, because in your A-level exam paper, you will only have 10 minutes, 10 minutes or less than 10 minutes to do this question. Let's say around 5 minutes. You will have around 5 to 6 minutes to do a partnership question. So while drawing the formats in accounts, don't use ruler. So just draw by your hand, because in accounts they don't check your drawing skills. They will check your accounting knowledge skills. Accounting knowledge. Okay. So quickly draw. And now let's move on. So before starting the question, you should have drawn the formats. That's the step number 1. You should draw the formats, because that is very easy. It will save you time. And then let's read the question. Mahendra, Narada, and Rajita were partners of a trading firm, sharing profits and losses in the ratio of 5:3:2. Okay, 5:3:2. The statement of financial position of the partnership as at 31st 3/12 was as follows. Okay, so if you check the dates, if you check the date of the financial position given, this is the opening balances. This is the opening balances. It is the opening balance of the financial position they have given. So every amounts in there are opening balances. And then additional information number 1. Additional information number 1. On 1/4/12, if you underline the date, dates are really important, so you should underline. On 1/4/2012, Rajita retired from the partnership. Okay, he retired from the partnership. Rajita retired. So this is the retirement of a partner. It was agreed to treat the amount payable to Rajita as a loan and pay an interest of 5% per annum on it on this day. Okay, so Rajita is retiring and the amount payable was treated to be a loan. On this day, the goodwill of the partnership was estimated as rupees 1,200, and all adjustments in this regard should be made through the partners' capital accounts. Should be made through the partners' capital accounts. Okay. So additional information number 1, we should do now. Now, Rajita is retiring. So the first thing I will do, so the first thing I will think is, as if Rajita is retiring at the start of the year, he is not an existing partner anymore. He is not an existing partner anymore. So I will go to the partner's capital account. Partner's capital account. So is the partner's capital account, and then I have the carried down balance here, and brought down balance here. So the number one I will do is carried down balance will be 0 and brought down balance will be 0 because because he is no longer because he is no longer in the partnership. He is no longer in the partnership. So carried down and brought down will be 0. Same here, same to the partner's current account. Carried down will be 0 and brought down will be 0. This is easy because as you move on, at the end you know that Rajita is not the partner. So any balance you will transfer to a loan account. Okay. So now let's record the brought down balance of partner's current account. The brought down balance of partner's current account. Now where have they given this information? If you look at the financial position, you will have this. So in financial position, under current accounts, you have Mahendra 150. Now I am doing in thousands. Okay, it is 150,000. I'm doing in thousands. 150. I'll write here. Everything is rupees 1000. Everything is rupees 1000. Okay. 150 and then 100 and then 60. 60. So now Rajit is retiring. So in a retirement, the number one thing is to transfer the current account balance to the capital account balance. So how will I transfer? I will take here everything. Then I will write capital 60. Okay, capital 60. So if you see here, the 60 I took it to the because it's the higher side, and then current account debit. I will credit the capital account. I will write the other account's name. Gain 60. 60. This is number one step. So number one step. Rajita is retiring at the start of the year. So he isn't entitled to any of this. He isn't entitled to any of this. Any of what? Interest on capital, salary, profit share. He isn't entitled because he retired at the beginning, the start of the year. Okay. Now let's write the opening balances of partner's capital account. Okay, capital account you will also find in same in the financial position. It is 200 and then 400 and then again 200. Okay. So now we have recorded the opening balances of partner's current account and capital account. Now, if this is a retirement, you should adjust the goodwill. Goodwill adjustment is done in two instances: admission of a partner, retirement of a partner. Okay, so guys, if you have any doubts when I explain, just please ask me. Okay, just please unmute yourself and ask. Now I will do the goodwill adjustment. I will do the goodwill adjustment. Goodwill. So there are three partners. Now these are the workings. You see here the workings. Workings are really important to show in your answer sheet because you will get you will get marks for that. So Mahendra, Narada, and then Rajita. So here I have the goodwill calculated in old profit sharing ratio, old profit sharing ratio, old profit sharing ratio, and new profit sharing ratio. Okay. Now, what is the goodwill amount? What's the goodwill amount? It is 1,200. 1,200. Okay. Now, is all profit share? Okay. What's the double entry for goodwill? Oh, this is the double entry for goodwill. Guys, please unmute yourself and speak because this is a past paper discussion. It is a discussion, not a explanation. It's a discussion. So me and you should talk. We should discuss how we
New
should
profit
go.
sharing ratio debit or profit sharing ratio credit.
Good, good. So now we will calculate the amount. Okay, we should now calculate the amounts. So all profit sharing ratio. What is the all profit sharing ratio? Where can you find that? It's in the start of the question above the financial position. 5 is to 3 is to 2. So Mahendra, okay, give me a minute. So Mahendra is getting 5, Narada has 3, Raj is the 2. So this is the all profit sharing ratio, isn't it? This is the all profit sharing ratio. So 1200 is divided by how much? 10. Because goodwill should be appropriated among the all three partners based on the ratio. 10, how did I get 10? You add these three, 5 plus 3 plus 2, 10. And the amount attributable to Mahendra is 5. So 1200 divide by 10 into 5. You will get the answer 600. 600. So same for Narada. 1200 divide by 10 into 3. Narada 360. Now let's calculate for the Rajita. 1200 divided by 10 into 2. Okay, so all profit sharing ratio is we have allocated the goodwill. We have allocated the goodwill. Now, if you take the total of this, it will be 1200. See, the total of goodwill is appropriated for the three partners based on all profit sharing ratio. Now, what is the new profit sharing ratio? Where will you find the new profit sharing ratio? New profit sharing ratio, if you go to the just additional information number 2. Additional information number 2. In that they are saying Mahendra and Narada agreed to continue the partnership under the following terms. Under the following terms. So that is the new partnership agreement now. In that A, every partner is entitled to an annual salary of 120, and then profits and losses are shared equally. Okay, so profits and losses are shared equally. Good, they share equal. So equally means now Rajita is 0. Rajita won't get anything because he is retiring. So if 1200 should be divided among two partners. So equally means how much, guys? 600 and 600. So this is the answer. This is the working section of your goodwill. Okay, so now you need to post this. You need to write this in the now you have the amounts, and now you need to record it in the partner's capital account. Okay, what does the capital account says? New profit sharing ratio debit, old profit sharing ratio credit. So then this one should be debited. 600 should be debited. Look what I do. 600, then 600. Here 0. I will do like this. Understood? 600, 600 and debit. And then I will credit the all profit sharing ratio. All profit sharing ratio is credited. Credited. 600, 360 and 240. So this is credited. So we did this question in our last 2 days. We did this question. I gave you admission and a retirement scenario. So we recorded in the goodwill. You know that. Okay. So this is what we do. But still, adjustment number 1 isn't done because they are saying the amount payable to Rajita is considered as a loan. The amount payable to Rajita is considered as a loan. and pay an interest of 5% per annum. We need to pay an interest of 5% per annum. Okay. Now, what's the total of Rajita's accounts? What is the total of Rajita's accounts? What's the total, guys?
500.
This, good, 500. And then I will write here 500. Now we need to transfer it into a loan account. Loan account. His carried down is 0 because he is no more in the business. So I will write here loan and then 500. Now capital account is balanced. Capital account is done. It's done. It's done. Now if you can go to the requirement number 3. See guys, the requirement number 3 in the question. Requirement number 3 in the question. What are they asking? Loan account of Rajita. It is a requirement. You will get marks for that. You will get 2 or 3 marks for that. So in the requirement number 3, they are asking loan account of Rajita. So loan account of Rajita, you need to do that. Now I will do it here. You will write here. Rajita loan account. Okay. Rajita loan account. So what's the double entry? Partners capital account debited. See, partners capital account debit. Where will you credit? You will credit here. So everything is based on double entry. Capital account 500. Capital account 500. Then you take the total here 500. Good. And then carry it down 500. Brought down 500. This is the answer. This is the answer. So just now we have finished the requirement number 1. Okay. Now anyone, if you didn't understand, just please let me know. If you didn't understand any step, just please let me know. I will explain. Because this 2 hours is for this question. I need to explain this question very well. Because every partnership question is same. So if you have any doubts,
Excuse
just
me,
ask
sir.
me. Yes.
Can you explain me the loan?
Yeah, sure. Loan. Now, in the additional information number 1, additional information, they are saying the second sentence. It was agreed to treat the amount payable to Rajita as a loan, isn't it? The amount payable is considered as a loan. So, the amount payable to Rajita is here. This one, I will bold it. Yeah. 200 is the brought down balance, 240 is the goodwill amount, and the balance 60 is current account. Okay, the current account balance. So 200 plus 240, 60 is 500. This is 500. So it's like a balancing a T account. So which side is higher? Is it the credit side or debit side? The partner's capital account. The credit side is higher. Credit side is higher. So you take the total. You take the total of credit side. And then in debit side, guys, his carried down will be 0. His carried down will be 0 because he is retired. And they say this balance 500 should be transferred to a loan account. See, loan account should be transferred to a loan account. The question says the retired partner's amount payable is considered as a loan account. So what's the double entry now? Partner's capital account debit, loan account credit. Partner's capital account debit, loan account credit. So in the requirement, the third requirement is the loan account of Rajita. They are asking the loan account of Rajita. So that's what I have written here, loan account. Rajita loan account. So from capital account I debited and I credited to the loan account. I credited to loan account. Now understood? Did you guys understand?
Yes, sir.
Good. And then now this is a non-current liability, right? Loan is a non-current liability. So in a financial position, now in the question, financial position is not required, but I will do that because sometimes in your exam paper they will ask financial position, and if we do this even from when you are attempting from 2012 to 2021, sorry 2020, please do the financial position, then you will have a good understanding, then you will understand very well how this works. So now in the non-current liabilities, I will write Rajita loan. Rajita loan. How much is that? 500. I will write it as 500. Okay. And then they are saying, in additional information, a 5% interest is paid for this, isn't it? Please read the additional information. They are saying 5% interest should be paid per annum. Good. Now, do they need to tell that? Now, I'm asking, what if they haven't given the interest rate? What should we do? What if they haven't given the interest rate? What should we do? Yes,
You should just do.
we should.
As per
No need to give interest rate then.
What if they haven't given the 5% interest per annum to pay to Raj? What if they haven't given the interest rate? What should we do?
As per Partnership Ordinance Section number 42, we should pay 5% interest.
Good, very good.
Should follow
Uh,
Section 42.
Good, good. Now in this question, they now they could have been silent about the interest rate because section 42 discuss, we have discussed guys section 42 that a 5% interest rate should be paid to the loan. Now okay, if you want me to, then just give me a minute. Okay, I will show where I have given. Guys, can you see the presentation now? Can you see the PowerPoint slides?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, good.
Yes, sir.
Minute. Section 42. Okay, what does this section 42 says? The second point, if it is not paid immediately, if the amount attributed to a partner is not paid immediately, an interest rate of 5% should be paid from that date on. So section 42 says that. Okay. So you need to remember. I said these are important. You need to remember. Okay, now let's move on to the Excel sheet, the answer sheet. So, okay, so can you guys see the Excel sheet?
Yes, sir.
That's it. Okay, done. And now a 5% interest rate should be paid. So calculate the 5% interest rate. Calculate the 5% interest rate. From 500, 5%. How much?
25.
Good. 25. Where will you record it? Where will you
Income
record it?
statement.
Income
Good.
statement.
Income statement under?
Expenses.
Expenses.
Good. Expenses. Okay. Now you'll write interest expense. Interest expense 25. Okay, good. That's all. Now number 2. So additional information is number 1. Additional information number 1 is done. So do you guys understand how many things we need to do one adjustments? See, to do one adjustments, we need to do a lot of workings, lot of calculations. So that's why you need to be really fast. Okay, you need to know what to do and everything on point. These things will come with practice. Okay, with practice. Number 2, Mahendra and Narad agreed to continue the partnership under the following terms. Every partner is entitled to an annual salary of 120. Good. Now, annual salary of partners. Where will you record the annual salary of partners? In profit appropriation account. In profit appropriation account. See guys, profit appropriation account after the net profit, I have the profit appropriation account. This is what you should do. Is the format. Salary. Okay. Mahindra has 120. And then 120. Will Rajita have any salary? No. No, 0. 0. Okay. So you should write the names of the partners. See, if you check the heading of the income statement, Mahendra and Narada partnership only. Because why haven't I included Rajita's name? Because he retired at the beginning. He is not a partner anymore. So you should write Mahendra and Narada partnership and income statement and profit and loss appropriation account for the year ending 31/3/13. You should write the whole thing. No short forms. You will get 1 mark for this. You will get 1 mark for writing the name of the business and the heading. That's what, see, I have written the name of the business and the heading for every format. For current account, for capital account, and even for financial position. You'll get 1 marks. That means half a mark for each heading. Half a mark for each heading. You'll get 2 marks for this. Write in the heading. Okay. And then you write the name of the partners in everywhere it's required. Understood? Yes or no, guys? Speak. I cannot
Yes,
see your
sir.
face reaction. I cannot see your face reaction now. So I can't understand what you guys are going through. So yes or no, tell me. If you don't understand, tell me. I will explain. Okay, so 120 you recorded here in the profit appropriation account. 120 you have recorded. Now you guys know that whatever you record here, where will you record again? Where will you record? You record in
Current
profit
account.
appropriation account. Good. Then you go to the current account. In current account you have salary. So partner, then you record there 120, 120 and then 0. That's all. See guys, these are the steps to do this question. You need to draw formats first, every format, and then while you are filling out the appropriation account, you also fill up the current account. So it's like fill in the blanks. Okay, so this is how you should do. Even in company accounts, you should draw the formats and then do everything. Okay, number three. During the year, Mahendra and Narada have obtained rupees 200,000 and rupees 150,000 respectively as drawings in cash. Okay, now they are saying, see guys, accounts paper really is, everything they are given straightforward. Everything is given straightforwardly. They are clearly saying Mahendra and Narada have obtained 200,000 and 150,000 as drawings. So we will record. Drawings are recorded in capital account. Are drawings recorded in capital account?
Current account.
No.
Okay, good.
No,
Why
current
not
account.
capital account?
In
Okay,
debit.
why not capital account? Okay, a student has asked why don't you now guys in your answer sheet you need to write everything. Account heading you should write ₹1,000. ₹1,000 you should write like this for everything here. At the end you should write ₹1,000, ₹1,000. So that's for everything only I have written here. In Excel sheet we do like that. See guys. But you are doing in the CR paper. Okay, you are doing in a CR paper. So you should do everything. Okay, now drawings. Drawings are done on annual basis. Okay, drawings are done on annual basis. Okay, now drawings. Mahendra has drawn 200,000. And then Narada has drawn 150. 150. Okay, now guys, ask any questions. It's okay. Ask any questions. No need to feel bad about that. Okay, ask any question. You are welcome. If you don't understand anything, just ask. If you don't understand anything, just ask. That's all. Because after this, because you will be writing your own paper, not me, even not your school teacher or no one else. You are going to write the paper. So you should ask the questions. You should ask questions. Okay. So you should ask questions. Okay, and now if you read the additional information number 2, still we are number 2. Okay. Partner is entitled to an annual salary of 120. So salary is recorded. And the number 2 is share profits and losses equally. Okay, now profits and losses are shared equally. So in appropriation account, this is the appropriation account. In this profit share is shared among equally. So what I will do is, now see guys, what I will do is, I will go into Mahendra and I will write half. Now 1:1 means half na. I will record here half. I will record here half. I will record here half. I will write it. I will write the profit sharing ratio near their names, because I know after everything is done and when I calculate the amounts, I know this amount should be divided equally among these two, because I have written the ratio here. Rajita won't get anything. Okay, Rajita is 0. Rajita, everything is 0. Okay, good. That's all. That's all. Number 2 is, that's all. And now the partnership agreement is done. Now what is the interest on capital? Right, they haven't given the interest on capital, right? They haven't given the interest on capital. What should we do? Now what should we do for this interest on capital? Yes, I speak. What should we do for this? For interest on capital, they haven't given anything. They haven't given the interest rate to calculate interest on capital. What should we do? What should we do? Yes, guys,
We should assume as 10%.
okay, you should assume at 10%. Okay, what about others? What about the balance 74 people? Please unmute yourself and talk, guys.
No interest on capital.
No interest in capital. Why no interest on capital? Why no interest on capital? Why? Why is it? Tell me, guys, why is it?
As
Why no
interest
on
is not
capital?
given in the section 24, it's
Okay.
given there is no interest.
Where has it said? Where has it said? In the section 24. Okay, what about others? Do we need to pay interest rate? Do we need to pay interest rate? Now interest rate is not given to calculate the interest on capital. What should we do? Okay, now I'll explain again. Okay, now let's go to this. Give me a minute. Okay, still you guys are there. Still you are here. Yeah, done. Okay, now this one. What does this say? What does this say? Section 24 Partnership Ordinance of 1890. The number 1 point, the first point. What does it say? All partners should contribute equally and no interest on capital provided. And no interest on capital is provided. Now what did I say when I explained this slide? If they have given an interest rate in the partnership agreement, then calculate. If they are silent, then follow the ordinance. In ordinance, it says no interest on capital should be provided. So guys, you shouldn't assume if the interest rate is 10% or 5%. No, it's wrong, because interest on capital is not provided. And then you shouldn't calculate interest on capital based on profit sharing ratio. It is not. You shouldn't do that. Okay, you should not. They will give you interest rate to calculate the capital. If they haven't given that, follow the ordinance. Ordinance says no interest on capital provided. Okay, understood? Understood, guys? Yes or no? Yes or no?
Understood.
Okay. Everything I have given is right. Okay, can you guys see the Excel sheet? Can you guys see the Excel sheet? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now what should I do for interest on capital? What should I write here?
0.
0. Good. 0. 0. Tell with confidence. 0. Because you know that you don't pay interest on capital now. So if it is 0 here, in current account also I will record 0. 0, 0, and then 0. That's all. See guys, now we are still in additional information number 2. But current account and capital account are already done. Something like that. Already done, right? Halfway done everything. So this is accounts, okay? Step by step you need to go. Okay, number 3. Number 3 is also done. Drawing is also done. Number 4. Additional information number 4. All sales and purchases of the partnership are made on credit basis. All sales and purchases of the partnership are made on credit basis. During the year, rupees 1,800 was collected from debtors, while rupees 900,000 was paid to creditors. Okay, why have they given this? Why have they given the collections? Why? Why, guys? What was the reason?
To
Anyone?
record sales and purchase.
Okay, what about others? Good, to do the income statement. Okay, now I am 100% sure you have done this question in your school. You have the answers in your writing book. You have the answers in your writing book, but understand, guys, why you are doing this. Okay, because partnership formats are same thing, same as here. If you learn this question, you can do everything. Retirement is hard, admission is easy, na? Retirement is hard. So that's why I'm doing a retirement question. So understand this and do everything. Okay, now this is a chapter of accounts. What is it? What is the name of the chapter? Now this is a chapter of the accounts that they have given. This is incomplete records. This is incomplete records. Good. This is incomplete records. Now we should open up in our workings. We should do a trade receivable account. Okay. We should open up a trade receivable account. Trade receivable account. You should do this. And a trade payable account. In your syllabus, there is no debtors, no creditors. Trade receivable and trade payable. Trade payable. Trade payable account. Okay, done. Trade receivable, trade payable. Because in additional information number 4, if you can underline, all sales and purchases of the partnership are made on credit basis. Underline the whole sentence. Underline the whole sentence. All, they are saying all. So there is no cash sales or cash purchase. Everything is credit. Okay. So 1,800 was collected from debtors. What's the double entry? During the year, 1,800 was collected from debtors. What is the double entry? Yeah, now this is not partnership. Partnership is done. Now we are doing basic double entries. What is the double entry for? Collection from debtors.
Cash
What is the
account
double-
debit, debtors account credit.
Good.
Cash
Good.
account debit, debtors control account credit.
Okay, now you know brought down is in trade receivable, brought down balance is in debit side. Then you will write here bank. Don't tell cash, write tell bank. 1,800. You'll have 1,800 here. And then you also open a bank account. Open a bank account also and record it. Open a bank account and record it. Bank. Then you will write here debtors, trade receivables, and then 1,800. You'll have this. This is the drawings. This is the cash drawings of partners. So you should do this. Okay. Okay. So and then what are the payments? What's the double entry for payments? Payment of 900,000 for
Trade
creditors.
payable debit, bank account credit.
Good. Good. Then you'll write here bank. How much? 900. 900. Total balance will be here. Okay. Bank credit. You'll write here. The other account's name. Trade payable. 900. Good. That's all. And now number 5. Additional information number 5. Operating expenses paid. Underline the word paid. It is paid. It is paid. Okay, it is paid. Guys, in your syllabus, cash account is renamed as bank account from 2008. It's like that. If you check 2018, 2019, 2020 past papers, there is no cash account. You have the bank account. Okay, you have bank instead of cash. Both same. It's okay. Both same, but use the word bank. Okay, and now operating expenses paid during the year were 350,000. Okay, now this is the expense. What's the double entry? Expense account debit. These are paid.
Bank credit.
Good, bank credit. So expense I will record first in bank 350, and now this is the expense. Where will you record? In the income statement. In income statement, if you can see here, the left operating expense. Good. 350. Operating expense 350. I will record under expenses. I will record under expenses. Okay, and then after that, what does 6 say? Additional information number 6. Interest on loans are to be paid. Yes, interest on loans are to be paid. That means interest on
Payable.
loans payable. Interest expenses are payable. Interest expenses are payable. Interest on loans are to be paid. So what should we do? Is this interest expense 25? Is this paid or not?
Not paid.
Okay. For clarification, in your, are you using the old past paper or the new past paper? If you are using the old, the cover is golden color, gold and red color. If you have that past paper, in 2013, your operating expenses will be 350,900. 350,900. So please correct it as 350,000. Because in some past papers, there's a small printing mistake. The correct value is 350,000, not 350,900. Okay, it is 350,000. Okay, because first student has asked that out because in my past paper it says 350,900, but at school while we are doing, I corrected that 350,000 is the answer. Okay, interest on loans are to be paid. So this interest expense of 25 is payable, isn't it? This interest expense of 25 is payable. So now what's the double entry? Interest expense account debit, where will I credit? Where will
Accrued
I credit?
expense.
Accrued interest expense. Name the expense, accrued interest expense. Okay, what type of account is that?
Current liability.
Current liability.
Good. Under current liability. The current liability I will write interest payable. To whom? To Rajita. I will write Rajita to be clear. I will write 25. Good. Okay, now number 7. 7 is easy. Property, plant and equipment should be depreciated on cost at 20% per annum on straight line method. Okay. What is the PPE cost? Okay, now they have given everything. Okay, now PPE cost, what is that? Okay, now what's the sorry?
1,000.
Okay, 1000. Okay, do the
PPE cost
20%.
1,000. Therefore,
Okay. Depreciation is yes, yes.
100.
200.
Why silent? Okay, that's 200. Okay, do that, right? That is not partnership, na? That is not
200,
partnership,
sir.
and write it. Okay, and write it and record it in the balance sheet. The PPs are recorded in balance sheet. And this is not partnership, no? So I will write depreciation of PPE, then 200. Okay, 1000 into 20%, 200. That is an income statement, and in financial version, it should be like this: cost, accumulated depreciation to 400. Last year's 200 plus this year's 200, 400, and net carrying value is 600. That is the partnership. That is a depreciation. Okay, number 8. 8th adjustment. Current assets and current liabilities of the partnership as at 31st/3/2013. Underline the dates. Underline the dates. Underline the date. Really important. Okay, now they have given the closing balances, isn't it? They have given the closing balances. They have given the closing balances of each accounts. Okay, now where should we write? Closing balances. First one, they have given inventory. What type of inventory is that? That is closing inventory. That is closing inventory. So where will you record the closing inventory?
Current asset.
Current
Okay, in current assets, but more than that, you will record in the cost of sales.
Sales.
cost.
Cost of sales minus 20 minus 275. Okay, cost of sale minus 25, and in current assets also you will record 275. 275. Okay. And then number 2, trade receivable. Trade receivable also they have given the closing balance is 500. Closing balance is 500. Now where will you record this? In the financial position. Same financial position, 500. 500. And then you will record in the T account. In this T account, you need to record. Here will be the broad term balance they are saying is 500. And carried down should be also. Now this is accounts, basic accounts that I'm doing, balancing a T account, these things. You can see the highlighted. This is the basic thing I'm explaining. Brought down 500 in debit side, then carried down should be in credit side. This is what they have given. This is why have they given to find the sales, credit sales. Okay, done.
Vapa.
Okay, now cash, bank. They have given the bank. Guys, please unmute yourself. And then bank. Now bank is 260 here. In financial position, first record that 260,000 they have given. And then in here also write it. Brought down 260. Write it. Brought down 260. Okay. Okay. Brought down is in debit side. Carried down is in credit side 260. Okay. And then trade payable. Trade payable first record in balance sheet. They have given the closing balances, so you can record here 300. Okay, 300. Now, where is the brought down balance in trade payable? In which side will it be? Brought down balance.
Credit side.
Good, credit side. Brought down, it is 300. And then carried down 300. Good, that's all. Now everything is done. Everything is done. Now let's move on to the question balance sheet, the opening balance sheet. Let's go there, the opening balance sheet. Now from start, we'll go non-current assets. They have given PPE at cost. We have recorded that. Because in accounts, first you should do all the additional information. After that only you should move to the balance sheet or the trial balance they have given. Okay, PPE we have recorded. The current assets, they have given current assets under current assets. Inventory 200, what is that? Guys, what are this? Now, if you check the date
Opening
of the
inventory.
Opening.
good. Now, if you check the date of the financial position, it is the opening balances they have given. If you check the date, so every figures, every amount in the balance sheet is opening balances. So that inventory 200 is a opening inventory. I will write here under cost of sales, opening inventory. And then trade debtors, that is the opening balances of trade receivable. I will write in the working section. In working section, I will write brought down 450. This one 450. And then trade payable. Okay, let's do that later. And then bank account balance they have given. Bank account balance they have given 60. Okay, and then now the capital account balances, opening capital account balance have recorded. Yes, we have recorded 200, 400,
Yes.
200, we have recorded. Current account balance is also recorded. Now, what is this? Non-current liabilities. What is that? What is that? What is that? 5% loan? Narada. Now, Narada, is he an existing partner or a retired partner?
Existing partner.
Okay, now first of all, record Narada's loan in non-current liabilities. First record Narada's loan in Narada loan. Now Narada loan. Okay, Narada loan in liabilities, non-current liabilities, it is 200. It's 200. Okay, now what does this say? He has provided loan, and if you can see in non-current liabilities, they have given the interest rate 5%. Again 5% they have given. What if they haven't given the interest rate 5%? What should we do? What should we do?
Refer the partnership ordinance
Okay, what does the partnership ordinance says for this?
at section
5%.
In partnership ordinance also it says if an existing partner provides a loan, pay a 5% interest. Partnership board also says pay 5%, but here also it says 5%. Okay, now don't confuse the same amounts. And now let's say in non-current liabilities, in the question, they have given 5%. Rather than 5%, they have given 2% loan Narada. They have given 2% loan Narada. Then what is the interest rate you should follow?
2%. 2%.
Good, 2%. Go with the question interest rate. Okay, if the question doesn't say anything, then refer the partnership ordinance. Partnership ordinance is plan B. Plan A is the question. Follow everything in plan A. Follow everything in question. If they haven't given anything in question, then go for the ordinance. Okay. Now 5% interest. How much is 5% interest
10.
on 210? You should record under expense. And expense you should record. So 10. Now I will write here separately for your understanding. Okay, interest expense for Narada. For Narada. Yes, 10. Is 10. Good. And now you should remember, check the additional information number 6. Additional information number 6. What does that say? All interest on loans are to be paid. Interest on loans are to be paid. Now what's the double entry for this? What's the double entry for this 10? Interest on expense to be paid to Narada. What is the double entry?
Expense debit,
Okay.
accrued expense credit.
Okay. Good. What about others? Okay. What about others? What do you guys think? Okay, guys. Do you guys tell me? Do you guys think about? What do you guys think? Okay. Same thing. Okay. Good. 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 Okay. Can you guys see the PowerPoint? Okay, can you guys
Yes,
see
sir.
the PowerPoint? Okay. Good. 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 Okay. Is Narada a retired partner or existing partner?
Existing one.
Okay. Interest on loan payable to an existing partner. What does it say? Interest expense account debit, a recording expense, and then where will you credit?
Partner's current account.
Partner's current account credit. Does this say interest on loan payable to a retired partner? Interest expense account debit, interest payable account credit. Now these two are interest on loan payable. And when I was explaining this slide, I told you to write on a separate paper the importance. Understand the words existing partner and retired partner. Okay. So Narada is a existing partner. Okay, now can you see the Excel sheet? Can you see the Excel sheet?
Yes.
Yes or no? Okay,
Yes,
good.
sir.
Okay, now interest expense account debit, where should I credit? Where should I
Partner's
credit?
current account.
Current
Good.
income.
In partner's current account, I will write good interest expense. Okay, interest expense. To whom? To Narada. 10. Understood? Understood, guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What if they say that interest on loans are that let's say the interest to Narada has been paid. What if they have said that interest on loan to Narada have paid? This is payable. Now they have paid means
You should put
you
in
should
the
record here. Good. Partner's current account debit. For Narada you will debit. See, if they have paid, you credit 10 to show that it is partner's current accounts, and then you will debit to show that they have paid. So partner's current account debit, in bank you will debit, in bank you will credit, bank account you will credit. But they haven't said that. Now sometimes they will ask you, but they haven't said that. So just be like this: interest expense account debit, partner's current account credit. Okay, so this is a good learning point. Rajita is a retired partner. So his expense we credited here under, see guys, that's why I wrote here interest payable Rajit. That's why I wrote initially Rajit the name. We record under current liabilities because he is a retired partner. But Narada is a existing partner. So that's what I wrote this one here. Understood? Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes or no? Okay. If you have any doubts, just ask me. Now there are 64 people. If you have any doubts, please ask. If you have any doubts, please ask me. God, this is really important. If you didn't understand or don't think that you can learn this in the recorded session, okay? But this is a live session. If you ask your question right now, I can explain, I can answer you right now. But in the recorded session, you can't do that. You should only listen. You can't ask questions. You should only listen. So that's why most students miss this. Most students think, okay, recorded sessions are uploaded now, so I will watch it later. But they don't know that they can't ask their questions. So this is important. That's what we are doing here. Now if you log into YouTube, there are many local, this partnership, local syllabus explained in YouTube's. There are YouTube sessions. You can learn the syllabus in YouTube, but it is not effective because it's recorded. You can't ask questions, you can't ask doubts, nothing. But if you ask now in this live session, I can explain to you. So that's why you need to ask questions. Okay, and then last in the financial portion, it says current liabilities. Current liabilities, opening balances. So I will write here the trade payable. How much? 200. Okay, now this is done. Now everything is done. Question is done. Now we need to do our workings in the answer sheet. Now, first of all, to start the income statement, you should know the sales. To start income statement, you should know the sales. Where will you find the sales? In this account. Now you should have the knowledge of incomplete records. If you don't have the knowledge of incomplete records, it's hard. Okay, now which side is higher? Which side is higher? Debit side.
Credit side.
Okay, now credit side. 2,300 is higher. Okay, then I will write here 2,300. Okay. Now what's the balancing? What's the balancing amount? What's the balance amount?
1,850.
1,850.
Okay, what do you name it as?
Sales.
Good, sales. What is the double entry for credit sales? What is the double entry for credit sales?
Trade receivable debit, sales credit.
Good, sales credit. Then you go now you go to sales and write 1,850. Don't open a sales account, okay? That is not required. Don't go and open a sales account. That is not required. Just write the amount here, sales, 1,850. Okay, now if you do the trade payable, which side is higher? Debit side is higher, 1,200. Now what's the amount of purchases? 1,000. What's the double entry for purchases? What's the double entry for credit purchase?
Purchase debit, trade payable credit.
Good.
Trade pay.
Okay, good. Now what is one? Then what's the double entry for bad debt? What's the double entry for bad debt?
Bad debt debit, debtors control account credit.
Okay. Now what is 5? Now what is 5 plus 5? Yes, 5 plus 5. Yes. 8 plus 8. 4 plus 4. When I ask that question, now you guys are laughing because or else you will answer if you are in a class session, in a physical session. Now you guys will answer with a smile on your face. Smile on your face, you will answer very easily because the answer is in your tip of your tongue, isn't it? Even before you think, you know the answer. You don't even think, isn't it? You don't even think. You don't even think to answer. If I ask 4 plus 4, you won't even think. You just say it like this. If I ask the double entry also, it should be the same. If I ask you the double entry, it should be the same. You shouldn't think. It should be really fast. You shouldn't think. That's how you need to be in accounts. You need to be in double entries. If I ask what is the double entry for share issue, what is the double entry for what is the double entry for what's the double entry for purchase return, sales return, depreciation? What is the double entry for disposal of PPE? What is the double entry for revaluation? What is the double entry for stock loss? It should be really quick. That's how you should be for accounts. Accounts is an easy subject. Accounting syllabus is an easy syllabus, but it is hard to do the 5-hour paper. That's what it's hard. You can't do every part 2 question, the required questions within 3 hours. It's hard because you won't have time. Most people will say accounting paper is easy. Accounting paper is easy. Actually, it is easy. And then they will say, I didn't have time. If I had time, I could have done. If I had time, I could have get an A. If I had time, I could have get a B. But they are not fast enough. They are not fast enough. You need to be fast. Okay. So purchases recorded, done. And now that's all, everything. So everything is done. Now calculate the net profit and everything. Calculate net profit on your own. That's all. Okay, now do in your own. Do in your own. Now it's done, everything is done. That's all. Now you need to add and deduct. And then find everything. Find everything. Now you guys do on your own. You guys do on your own. I will stop the screen sharing. Okay, I will stop the screen sharing. And now it is 9:48. I will give you 5 minutes to do this. I will give you 5 minutes to do this. Okay, hey, okay. Hope everyone done. Done. Can you guys see the Excel sheet?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now let's. Okay. Did anyone do the financial position? Guys, did anyone do the financial position? Is it balanced?
Yes, sir.
Financial position balanced. Good. Okay. What's the financial position amount? The balance you got?
1,635.
Okay. Good. What about others? Yes. Good. I'm good. Good. Yeah. Okay. So for people who got it wrong or even still finding, let's start from the income statement. Okay. Income statement. Now this is not like an exam or standard session to find out who did it first or who is doing it well. No, this is done to identify your own weakness, to assess yourself where you are wrong, where you are being very slow, and what is the main weakness in your partnership knowledge. That's all. So learn now. The sales 1850. Okay, now I will just slide down. If you have any difference amounts in the sales here, the income statement, just let me know. Okay, just let me know. Sales 1850, gross profit is 925. Gross profit is 925. Okay, and then expenses, total of expenses is 585. Then net profit is 340. There is no interest on capital. Then from 340 you will deduct 240 salary. Then the remaining profit share is 100. 100 equally divided, it is half of 50. Now you need to understand, okay, now guys, you need to understand that rather than getting here 100, if you are then finding it 100 here, now 100 is easily divided by 2. It's easily divisible by 2. Easy to share equally. Now let's see if you get the answer here as, let's say you get the answer here as 117. What if you get an answer like this? What if you get an answer like this? An example, in your question, in your answer, you get an answer like this. If you get an answer like this, and if it is divided by 2, if it's required to divide by 2, sometimes your answer is wrong. You need to check your additions and calculations, because in accounts, mostly they will give an easily divisible number, okay, easy divisible number, rather than getting a decimal number or a fraction number, 0. Okay, so in these things you need to remember. Okay, and now let's go for the partner's current account. Right, partner's current account. Okay, so this is the partner's current account. Now guys, for the corrected amounts, just put a tick. Correct yourself, put a tick for all the corrected amounts, for the corrected amounts, for the brought down, carried down, and everything. Check whether you have missed anything. Okay, you haven't missed anything. Done, na? Okay. So these are okay. That's a question. Yeah, done. Okay, good. So brought down of, so the partner's current account. So brought down balance of Mahindra is 120 and Narada is 130. Okay. Now for capital account. Capital account. Check the tick for yourself. Correct yourself. So the brought down capital balance of Mahindra for next year is 200 and 160, the closing balance. 200 and 160, good. Okay, now trade receivables you have there, bank. Bank we need to balance, right? Bank we need to balance. We need to do this, isn't it? We need to balance the T account. So just isn't it? You do this. Okay, if you do this, if you have done the cash account correct, these should be equal. Should be equal. Should be equal. It's 1860, and then if you add everything means this. The 260, 350, 900, and 350. If you add everything, it should be 1860. Okay, so our bank account is correct. Our bank account is correct. It's not wrong. And then you have the Rajita loan account. This is also done. This is also done. Rajita loan account is also done. Okay, and then let's move on to the balance sheet. Now let's move on to the balance sheet. Okay, now what's the total of non-current assets? Yes, there is a miss. Okay, now from start I said in this question, statement of financial position is not required. Is not required. The question doesn't require that. But to check whether our account is correct, we'll do this, isn't it? To check, and even I said, guys, you guys also do this. Okay, I can do that. Wait for a while. $1,000. It should be 1635. 1635 added. Okay. So the total of assets is 1635. I need to explain you guys this. Okay. Now partners current account. Where will you find these amounts to write here? Where will you find these amounts to write? Here it is, guys. This is the partner's current account. These amounts only you should write 120 and 130. For partner's current account, you should write 120 and 130. 120 and 130. For Rajita 0. So total of partner's current account is 250. And then partner's capital account. Where can you find the partner's capital account? Here, balance. Partner's capital account closing balance is 200 and 160. For Mahendra 200. For Narada 160. For Rajita 0. So the total is 360. Isn't it? Total is 360. And now the total of non-current liabilities 700. Non-current liabilities 700. And then this one, current liabilities 325. Current liabilities is 325. Okay, now let's add everything from liabilities to equity. Okay, I add everything. Should be 1635. 1635. So this is how I check that my accounts is okay. No errors because my financial statement is balancing. Now you guys know, even if financial statement balance, there might be something wrong, but in our question it's okay. So if you see the total assets balance here, this one, total assets is 1635 and total equity and liability is also 1635. So our partnership part 2 answer is done for 10 marks. So for 10 marks they haven't asked the financial position. If they have given financial position, you will get 15 marks sometimes, but it is for knowledge purpose. This is done for knowledge purpose. Okay, so if you have any doubts, just ask me, guys. If you have any doubts, please ask me. If you have any doubts, please ask me. Okay, so now let's discuss a bit. Okay, who found this easy? As I was explaining, who found this easy? Now just don't type, don't message, just unmute yourselves and speak. Now who found this hard before coming to the session? Who found partnership really hard? Sir, Rajita's interest loan, we take it as payable. Rajita's interest loan is taken as a payable. But why do we take Narada's loan interest as paid? As paid means why do we, you are asking why do we record it as a in the current account? Now you know, guys, everyone, Rajita is a retired partner. Rajita is a retired partner. So we should consider him as a third party, like a similar to a bank loan interest payable. Bank loan interest payable. He is a third party. Bank loan interest payable. Okay. So that's why we record in. So that's why we record in current liabilities. Interest payable to Rajita. We record here. Interest payable to Rajita. Record here. Then why do we record in partner's current account for Narada? Interest expense Narada. Because what I have highlighted, interest on capital, salary, profit share, interest expense for this year. These are payable to partners. These are payable to partners. Understood? There is no sentence which says in this question interest is paid, interest on capital is paid, salary is paid to the partners, profit share is paid to the partners. Nothing. So that's why, because as I said, the total equity of partners is current account and capital account. Current account and capital account. The addition of current account and capital account is partners equity. Now, if you go to the financial position, that's why I did the financial position. If someone asks from you what is the value of total equity of this business, you shouldn't say 250 or you shouldn't say 360. You should say both 250 plus 360. It is 610. Someone asks what is the total value of equity, you should say 610. The addition of current account and capital account. Understood? Understood, guys? Yes or no?
Yeah, sir. Understood.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, if others have any doubts, just please ask me. Any doubts? Please ask, because it's the last chance to learn. Okay, a student has asked what is beneficiary ratio and sacrificing ratio. Guys, in your syllabus, they want check. They want check beneficiary ratio, sacrificing ratio. That is not quite tested. You don't need that. It's okay, so no need to learn that. No need to learn. And then after this session, I will share you the syllabus guide, the PDF for grade 12 and grade 10. I will share, so you can check in the partnership whether they have given that. I mean, that's not mostly checked. That's not checked at all. That's not checked at all. Okay, so no need to worry about that. No need to worry. You only need to know how to do these questions, all the double entries, formats, everything. That's what is really important. And okay, and I know most of you all would have learned this partnership in online session. Okay, there's no school, online sessions. And at that time, online sessions are big trouble for us. We don't understand anything, isn't it? We don't understand anything. Okay, so is there any questions? Okay, another question. Don't we need to record the partner's drawings in income statement? A student has asked, don't we need to record the partner's drawings in income statement? Okay, what type of drawings? Is it cash drawings or goods drawings? In income statement, we only record the goods drawings, right? We only record the goods drawings, not cash drawings. Okay. Okay, for example, let's say, what if partner has withdrawn, Mahendra has withdrawn 200,000 worth of goods from business for his personal use. For his personal use, what will I write here? Income statement. This can be checked. I will write here drawings. Okay, it won't come here. I will write in brackets. Even if I write in brackets, it won't show. Okay, I will deduct drawings. You minus drawings. You minus drawings 200. Understood? You will do like this. Minus. Okay, income statement. This is the income statement, income account. From income account, if you minus, what will happen to your income value? Will it increase or decrease? Quickly
Decrease.
answer. Will decrease. If income decrease, what's that? Debit or credit? Yes.
Debit.
Good. Debit. I will credit. Drawings. Okay. No, normal drawings. What will you do? What if What if owner withdraw rupees 200,000 worth of goods? Drawings account debit. Okay, in an income statement account credit. Income statement credit. Why income statement credit or trading account credit? We say trading account because I have credited. See, I have deducted within cost of sales, right? These are cost of sales, within cost of sales, isn't it? Yes or no?
Yes.
Cost of
Yes, sir.
sales, is it a, okay, cost of sales, is it an expense or an income?
Expense.
Good, expense. This is known as trading account, expense. If I deduct from expense, what should I do? You need to understand. That's why I explained before income. To confuse you guys a bit. Because no one asked that question. The student does, good. Expense, when you deduct from expense, what should you do? Debit or credit? Expense decrease,
Credit.
expense decrease,
Credit.
credit. Where will you debit then for this answer, for this question? Where will you debit? Drawings. You'll hear drawings. Now this is
Partner
cash drawings. Partners current account debit, trading account credit. This is known as trading account. Then I'll write here goods drawings. Goods drawings 200. I will write like this. Okay, understood. But this is wrong. This is not in the question. It's an additional knowledge you need to understand. Okay. Now there is another question. Let's say if goodwill is not given and they are saying to adjust from partners capital and goodwill account is not maintained in the partnership, then how to find the goodwill of the partner? Okay, in your past paper, in your question, they will give you the goodwill amount. They will give you the goodwill amount. Okay, you don't need to calculate it. Now, okay, you always need to adjust. Good. You always need to adjust in partners capital account. Okay. In partners capital account only you need to adjust. So don't think how to calculate goodwill or how to find goodwill. They will give you. If you check the past papers, you will understand how they have structured the questions and the format of the questions. Because these are the very easy things that you can get. Very easy. Very easy. Okay. So now we have learned the theory for the last 2 days. We have learned the theory, the double entry, the formats, and we attempted a question right now. And now you have the knowledge. You have the knowledge now. It is your decision to use it or lose it. It is your decision to use it or lose it for the next 4 months. Next 4 to 5 months, it is your decision. I will share this answer later in the group. I will share so you can refer the workings and everything, because in past paper there's no much workings. So now you need to remember where you started and where you are now. 2.5 years they have gone. 2.5 years have passed. Now you have only 4 months to do the exam. And then you are not only doing accounting, you might be doing IT or economics or business studies. Okay, so you need to study all three. You need to study. Now, even without you knowing, you have a lot of books, a lot of tudes for business studies. And then for economics, you have graphs, equation, everything. For accounting, only numbers, formats. That's all, double entries. Accounting double entries. So These are really important times which you must study. You should use it. Don't waste that time. For these 4 months, if you are in a situation of S, your knowledge level is S for accounting, let's say. Now you are in the standard of S. That means above 35. Above 35. Let's say above 35. If you are going to do A-levels this year within 4 months, if you start now, if you plan and study, you can go for a C or a B. You can go for a C or a B for accounts. I'm not saying for economics and business because I don't know. Sometimes you might. But for a A, you need to study well. You need to be 100% good in double entries. I'm saying double entries. You need to be 100% confident in your double entries. And try to study management accounting well. That means the investment appraisal, break-even points, ratios, those things. Budgets, they are really important. Because those are easy, very easy. Very easy to study. If you study that, you can get around 10 marks in your final paper. So let's say if you have 40 marks now, if you study all the management accounting for MCQs and part 2, you will do that. Guys, please unmute yourself. If you study the management accounting, because for you have no financial accounting and management accounting in your syllabus. For management accounting, double entry is not required. For management accounting, double entry is not required. Okay. For budgeting, for investment appraisal, you don't need that. You can easily do those. So if you have 40 marks right now, that means S. If you study management accounting for MCQs and for part 2, if you do that well, you can have around 15 marks. Let's say 15 marks. Then there is 55. If you study other things like if you study like cash flow, half of company accounts, and then there will be a accounting equation question which is easy. If you do this, you can get around another 20 marks. So you can get 65B. Very easy now. It's easy, guys, really easy. From 40, let's say 10 marks or 20 marks for management accounting, 15 marks, 70 marks you can get. A B is easy. A B is easy, really easy for accounting to get marks, but you need to be 100% confident, 100% sure about your double entries and formats. You need to remember. Accounting, you cannot by heart, you cannot copy paste. You can learn it through practice. Accounting is practice. You need to do questions, you need to do past papers. That's why they have given the past papers for you with suggested answers. If you don't use it, guys, it's your problem. So you need to understand how you are going to do your paper, not your school teacher, not your principal, not me, not your friend. No one. You are going to do. From school, they will pressure you to get the good results, or else sometimes even might they be saying you do from school. They might be saying, no, I know students that from school they say to do private because that will affect their school's results. Don't do like that. Go with the school, study well, do as a school participant because that's more work. Now approximately, and if I want to explain the paper marks, let's say guys, for 1 minute, or let's say for 1.5 marks, you only need to spend 1 minute. You only need to spend 1 minute. If for partnership, if it is a 10 mark, you only need to spend 15 minutes. For company accounts, it is around 20 marks. Yes, company account 20 marks. That means 30 minutes. For company accounts, within half an hour, you should draw the format, you should do everything. So, so that's how you need to be fast. You need to be really fast. You need to think and write at the same time. You don't have time to think and write. You need to do it both at the same time. You will get to that point if you practice. The day you need to practice months. Okay, for this, for a month or for a week, guys, for 2 weeks, try to practice a partnership question part 2 each day. For Monday, you do the 2012 question. Tuesday, you do the 2013. Wednesday, 2014, like that. And then you look at the time. Okay, what's the time that you did? You need to be really efficient with your timing. That's really important too, with double entries. Okay, so don't worry about your term marks. Don't think about your term marks because that's useless. Okay, that's useless. After A levels, after your A levels, no one will ask what is your second term marks for accounting. They won't ask. No one will ask. Even your parents will not ask that. All they will care is about your A level result. Even if you have your term test marks above 90 for the term, even if you get B for your accounts in A levels, then they won't care about all the 95 marks you got in the term test. It is useless. Okay, your final result is your A level result. That is the most important. That's the most important. So you need to study well, you need to focus and do everything. Okay, so that's really important. Accounting is easy, study well. And inshallah, in future, I will do more, but not company accounts. I will do more syllabus. Sure, I will do some more lectures, but not company accounts. Someone may ask, why not company accounts? Because company accounts is really hard to explain online. You cannot learn company accounts online. In your school, they will normally 1.5 months it will take to learn the company accounts because you have around 5 to 7 standards. LKS 2, LKS 16, 37, LKS 17. You have a lot. Inventory standard for inventory, PP adjustments, depreciations, lease adjustment. They are important, and the formats to explain the formats and the double entries. It's really hard to explain it through online. So for that, I think you need to somehow talk with your school, and after everything comes back to normal, you need to speak and let them know to have more extra classes to teach company accounts, because that's a 20-mark question in your exam paper. 20-mark question. So from school, you need to do that. From school, they need to support. Okay, another 5 minutes, and then I thought to explain just a bit from myself. Okay, my name is, as you guys know, Mohammad Wasim Razak. I did my A levels in 2018 A level. So all was in actually 2015, as you guys know, will understand. I did my A levels in Zahira College, Colombo, and then O levels in another school at Dematagoda. So I am from Vattala. Now I am a second year in University of Sri Jayawardhanapura Marketing. I am specializing in marketing, along with in the ACCA third level skills 2. And there's much more of me, not a lot to explain. If I wanna emphasize on one thing means, in my but my overall results are 2A 2B, just 2A 2B 4C 1S, 2A 2B 4C 1S, A for account, A for English and history. For commerce I had C for O levels, but I joined Zahira for A levels, and then I find it really hard to do even the basic double entries, basic income statement, balance sheet. I find it really hard to do that. And I had the best teachers. I had the best teachers which I could get. For accounting, I need to mention them. For accounts, I had Mrs. Faiz, Mrs. Mirzana Faiz. She had around more than 30 years experience in Zahira College teaching. She is a paper marker too. And then she explained me accounts really well. So that's why I remember this till now. Even after 3 years, I haven't revised anything after A levels. I haven't revised. Even I don't look at these notes. I only to prepare the slides. I just looked at to refer through few of the ordinance and everything. And I need to, inshallah, but she is really good. She taught me from from O levels. So she taught me the O level syllabus at Zahira. Then she explained everything really well. That's why I understood accounts really well for this point. And then for business studies, I had Miss Shazna. She's our class teacher. And for economics, I had Mr. Sharon. All three are very good teachers, the best. Then I learned from them really well and got 3 A's for A levels. So out of all the 90 students for English medium, we had 2 classes, 13 econ A and B. So there are around 90 students. Only I got 3 A's because only I got 3 A's. Then I joined University of Sri Javan. That's all, guys. Nothing more to tell. That because that 2.5 years changed me. The 2.5 years of the teacher's guidance, the explanation, and few of them, they explained in a way that I could understand it for the lifetime. And that's what even I try to do for some. I don't do private classes. No, I don't do that. I don't do individual classes. Nothing. I only do for Zahira students at school. I go to school and I teach them for weak students. That's all. For others, I don't. And that's nothing more. Now let's say there are some 2022 students. You have 1 year more, so try to study well. Try to study well now. You guys now 2022 students can look up to their brothers and sisters who are going to do A levels this year. How they are suffering now. For the suffering, they can look at right now, and it is a morning. Yes, so study well. So that's all, guys. Hope the best result. Hope the best should happen to you. And from school, they should support you well. And whatever it is, talk to your school teachers. Ask them doubts from them. Clarify your doubts, and then try to study well. That's all. Try to study well. That's all I can say right now. All 3 subjects, study well, practice, past papers. Okay, that's all for that. If you have any doubts in partnership, just send me a text later. I will explain, no problem. But first of all, after this session, watch session number 1, session number 2, and then attend the past papers, because session number 1 and session number 2 will be 80% from what I have learned. This discussion is just 20% of this partnership series. 80% to 90% is session number 1 and 2 is covered. So that's all, guys. Hope you will do the best and study well. Okay, thank you.